Well, I think that's it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural podcast, the first episode of Life, Love, and Conservation with your host, me, Carolyn Hennesy. And I am joined by my co-host, Tracy Powell. Say hello.
Hello.
And our special guest for the evening. That's right. It's episode number 1, and we already have a special guest.
Very special.
This is Ruth Wilhoite, trapeze instructor and trapeze aerialist, trapeze artist extraordinaire.
We just finished trapeze class.
We just finished trapeze class.
In.
So we said, hey, you know what? We're doing something fun. Come and join us. And so she did. Welcome.
Thank you.
And welcome, Tracy, even though you're here. Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. Yes, basically. And Buster the Wonder Cat wants to come into my flop house. We are in my, what do we call this? We call this the flop house.
But what does the sign say? What were we
The sign says, the sign on the door. So this is sort of, I fiddled with my garage a little bit, not major construction. No permits.
No.
Nobody call the city. It's just really,
No,
just don't.
No.
It's just some little shenanigans. Reupholstered some chairs, etc. What?
So what's it called? The stop.
Okay.
Oh.
So just let that stop. So once it was done, because we have a loft. I was when we bought the house, there was a loft, and we turned it into sort of a, mahjong room. So this has become.
We call that the opium.
We call that the opium den up there. We play mahjong. We don't smoke opium.
That's correct.
But the whole house has a sort of New Orleans French Quarter vibe. So this is called the what is it called?
That's what I was trying to
called?
say.
It's
The
called
Gold Star.
It's called the House of the Eastern Star and Golden Lotus Social Club.
That's it. The Golden Lotus Social
the Golden
Club.
Lotus Social Club.
That's what I wanted to call this podcast, the Golden Lotus Social Club.
But
I love that.
it is Life, Love, and Conservation.
Yes.
It's your host,
It all
Carolyn
works.
Hennesy. Anyway, so we're here. So the first segment, we got 3 of them.
We got
Fast and Furious. We've got Life, Love, and Conservation. So the first one is life, and so I wanted to kick it off by talking about home ownership,
oh God.
because as you know, and you will now know, I came home to no hot water, and I have a tankless water heater, and it's never betrayed me. It's never gone out, but
How old is it?
it's 2008.
Oh,
So
it's older than I thought. Even
14
Okay,
years.
yeah.
But I called one plumber, couldn't make it out here in 15 minutes that I needed before I had to get ready for this and trapeze class. Called another plumber, couldn't make it. Finally got a tankless water heater guy. There are such things, and he's got the parts and the bits, and he talked me through it. So I finally got
Nice.
some hot water back.
That was very nice.
But it's that does anybody else feel like this? It puts you in a panic when something goes wrong, certainly if you've got a deadline to meet, and something goes wrong and you are not in control. It's not like the spaghetti sauce explodes on the stove
And
and
you
you
can
can clean
clean it up.
it up. This is something you are powerless. You almost want to like stress eat, because it's right, and you can't get clean.
Yeah.
You can try and wash your hair in cold water, but you just
can, but you can't take a shower.
no. And so it's like you have the sense of what rugged, awful camping might be like. It's like, look, there's a stream. Let's go bathe in it. Let's
Yeah.
not. Let's
I
not.
have that magnet on my refrigerator that says, I love not camping.
I love not
Oh,
camping.
I love
not camping. It's like camping for me means where's the outlet into which I can plug my blow dryer. It's like if you've got that for me, that's it. So home ownership. Otherwise, I love it. I
do
love
too.
it.
I'll tell you you might have heard the story too, that when I bought my first little house in Van Nuys, my very first night, I was very excited and it was all lovely and cute and it was just me by myself, and I went to sleep and I woke up in the middle of the night and went, mortgage! And then I was like, oh my God. I mean, like I yelled the word out loud.
You didn't
to no one in
realize
the house.
we did, having signed the papers, having gone through escrow, the whole thing. It was that moment that you realize, oh, this comes
Mortgage.
every month,
Yeah.
every single month.
I have a mortgage.
Yeah.
I'm
You can't
29
pay it.
years old and I have a mortgage.
Yeah. You know what I did when my mother, who recently passed, I don't know, I didn't comment about it on Facebook, or I didn't put it out. But here's the reason that I'm saying that. She left me a tidy little sum. And when I say little, I do mean little. but with part of it, I was able to pay down this house.
Mhm.
So my mortgage is basically $1,000 a month.
Wow.
That is,
amazing.
but you talk about the stress of something going out and you not being able to fix it. The lack of stress when you know that I can make a payment. I will never have to worry about that. I have to worry about so much else, but not
And
that.
I have a $9,000 plumbing bill coming up. But
Yeah.
the thing about plumbing, which is what just happened to you too, is that like they say, you can't see it, you can't drive it, you can't wear it. So it's so frustrating to spend so much money on something that you'll never see. But I do feel like I'm okay with it because I'm going to have so much more peace of mind knowing that last bit out to the lawn
Absolutely.
and out to the sewer
Absolutely.
is done. I'll never have to clean the roots out again. I'll never have to do any of that. So even though it's
And
I
you
opened
have
a new credit card.
You have like a stupid low mortgage balance, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's less than yours.
It's less than mine.
Wow.
Most things are less than mine. A lot is less than mine. Not. I mean, even now, it's
Mortgages?
Yeah. I mean, I paid it down.
Want to talk about
Whatever.
rent?
No, but I mean,
Let's
if
talk
your
about
if your mortgage is $1,000, I'm just saying
Oh, your
My-
mortgage payment. I'm
it's
sorry.
less than that.
But no, I was talking about your mortgage balance.
it probably is because it shouldn't be there at all. But we took out loan after loan, which is
Because
which-
they're spendthrifts. They just they like things. They like
Oh.
stuff. She and her mother. Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about rent.
because I opened
rent
a
is
business.
insane in LA.
I know.
It's insane.
I know.
For a tiny, tiny 1-bedroom place, I paid $2,300.
Do you really?
Mhm.
I should let you move into the flop house
With all the cats.
with all the cat. Well,
With all my
with the cats, with my 4 dogs, 4 dogs and 1 cat. Some of whom you will meet. But the cool thing about your apartment
Mhm.
is that being an aerialist, she's got a high. How high is your ceiling?
Probably 30 feet.
Oh my God.
It's a loft.
Oh.
So my bedroom is upstairs. It's
And-
all like one.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
And she can hang her trapeze, her lyra, her hoop, her silks
Do you?
off.
Yeah.
And can you jump from your loft to the
No.
the?
No.
You could.
You
Probably
could try.
You could try.
Why
But
don't
you-
try?
Very
But-
high.
So this is like the perfect apartment for you
It is the perfect
because you
Yeah.
and you have a big crash pad on the bottom and you
Yep.
can
The big
flipsy
crash
doodle.
pad.
Whereas I only have it out at the end of my driveway, so we are
As
still-
one does.
was one does. Well, so we are, servants to the weather.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, but we're entering the summer months.
Mhm.
So we love that. And speaking of love,
I love you.
I
I
love
love
you.
you.
I know.
I love my
Yeah.
animals.
I know. It's so interesting because here we are, 3 single ladies who are
Gorgeous.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. And none of us say that with any sort of, well, I'm so fabulous. so
Oh
gorgeous.
no.
No,
I'm teasing.
It's but
but I'm
here's-
not so bad.
No, but here's the thing. We are, and
Look at that
and
dog.
anyone who doesn't own the fact that they love the way they look or they enjoy the way they look, aspects of the way they look, is not being true to themselves. So of course we all
It's
have.
true.
We have,
I enjoy dressing up and going out and feeling good about how I look or what I'm.
we have
you know.
flaws. We have things
Oh,
we'd
God,
like
of
to,
course.
but in the grand overall scheme of things, we kind of pulled some long straws. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I want to do a lower thing.
Oh my
Whatever.
God, so do I.
But we pulled some long straws, and so when we say we're great looking, it's under the overarching umbrella of gratitude.
Yeah.
Tremendous gratitude.
Very lucky.
But it's interesting because I remember reading something once, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the most popular girl in school, the prettiest girl at the
Oh.
prom,
Mhm.
always goes home alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people think that you can't approach her, you can't,
Like the models.
like it's like, oh well, they're so far. I didn't want to attempt, and I think,
And sometimes they peak right there.
oh yes, well that's true.
Sometimes.
But
not
it's
all the time.
but apply this universally. Like the the runway model, or the girl at the gala who comes alone and leaves alone.
No, that was me a lot. People used to say I was very intimidating at first, and then once you get to know me, I'm a great time. But I'm
You
not.
sure is.
I'm not approachable. I feel like I've rectified some of that with age, but that's a defense. And I think in my 20s, it was definitely a defense to be. And I'm tall, so people were intimidated by that.
And about you? Are people intimidated by you, Ruthie?
I don't think so.
Well, it's because you're very kind.
Oh.
No.
Thank
You really are lovely, and you kind of go to bat for everybody, and you bend over backwards to please and to make people happy while still maintaining your own spine. So I can't imagine why people must approach you. Men.
Oh, men. Well, men.
Oh, man.
I never go anywhere where there
Are
are single men.
Are single men.
Yeah. I work with married men or gay men or,
people who are not interested in us.
people,
Right.
or young men.
What's interesting is that we could all go to places where there are, but I, after kind of my life experience with love, shall we say, and I said this the other day on Maurice Bernard's, who plays Sonny Corinthos in General Hospital. He has a wonderful podcast called State of Mind. And he goes, so are you dating? I said, no, not dating. He goes, well, why not? He listed off some stuff. And I said, because my tolerance for baggage is you can bring a overnight shaving kit to my house. That's all I will tolerate.
Yeah.
That's all I can handle.
But not the bus and baggage.
But not the bus and truck,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's the same with all the dating sites. And I know people have had fantastic success with them. But the stuff in the between, I don't have the energy. I just don't have the energy.
Energy for small talk.
Yeah. I mean, most of the dating I've done has been developed through work relationships or friendships that develop into something else because, then there's some sort of history and there's already a connection and all that small talk has happened. And it's not the work of dressing up and sitting at a table with somebody that you don't know when you would rather be watching your show and figuring out the choreography for the next day.
So true.
Or learning lines.
I've
got lines to learn and I don't know if I'm interested in you
Tracy,
yet, so.
and in addition to being my bestie, is is also the performing arts director at Louisville High School over here in Topanga, Woodland Hills. Just did a show, Shrek. She just put on Shrek, which could have gone to Broadway as far as I'm concerned. Yes.
It was good, if I dare say so.
So I totally agree with that. I want to have the instant relationship. I want to have the instant. I will not go on a
Blind date.
Not
anymore.
I might go on a blind date if someone who I knew him, knew me, put us together.
Okay,
but the dating sites,
that just happened. I'm not going to talk about who and what and where, but that just happened.
To you?
To you.
To me?
Yes.
It did?
Yes.
A blind date?
Well, it didn't even get that far from the phone, but you were set up.
That,
okay.
yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
It
Yes.
has. I
Yes.
don't think
Boundaries.
it is so hard to come from somebody else, even if they think they know you really well.
Yes,
It's
it's
not
true.
impossible.
It's
I
true.
know it's happened, but it's
It's
hard,
true.
and it's hard for me. So yeah.
It's like every time I decide, you know what, I think I would like to be in a relationship. I only want to be in the relationship and actually know the person already.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
you,
I mean.
but
It
you
develops
can't do that.
Well, unless it develops from a friendship,
And
or it just comes from a work
I do
relationship.
not have
Or
any.
I know,
friends.
not right now.
I don't have none. I have
You don't have
any male
Guy friends.
single male friends
No,
Oh.
single male.
that are age appropriate.
Well,
Age
right
appropriate.
now, right?
Yes.
Or
I have a few that are not age appropriate.
I don't,
They're so
yes, I don't
adorable.
either.
And I know I played a cougar, but I'm not.
Mm.
I just
I
kind of look
keep
at them and
thinking
go,
that
I
I keep thinking that I want to be now that I've reached this, because my relationships were always very much older than me, and now I'm thinking, oh, now let's flip, but then that doesn't really.
I want to take him to Baskin Robbins and buy him a
I
sundae.
know exactly.
That's what I want to
They
do.
get their birthday
They're just, yes, what's your birthday? Oh, that's great. He'll have 2
Pancakes.
scoops. He'll have 2 scoops,
Oh.
we'll have 2 scoops and a hand job. Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going to be cougars, let's figure out. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're
That's
doing.
all the fun. But then, you know, the men our age want them younger, and the young
Yeah.
men sure don't want this.
They don't want this,
They
although
want
they
it.
should.
They should,
Although they should. So speaking of cougars,
but I don't even know where they are. So
I know,
I mean,
I know.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
maybe if we volunteered at more charities, or if we just got involved with things that are of interest to us.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so let's talk about that. But we go to we go to events. We go to beautiful things with people with outside interests and financial security to give to
Right,
charities.
right,
and
right. But they're usually with somebody.
What's the word I want? Conservative,
Who's 12.
whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, or they're there with a date.
Yeah.
So unless you're gonna go
Who
sit
is
at a
12?
bar, which we're not gonna do.
No.
Not
What dating
anymore.
for you? Are you just kind of as over it as
Yeah, I
So
just
like
Just than that.
instant relationship? That's
yeah.
I don't want to have to go through the
Yeah.
unless of course he buys dinner.
No,
He has to buy
it's
dinner.
even then. We can do that like that.
No, that's true.
It's not
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
So, what about you dating?
No prospects.
It's-
No.
Do you find that at this we have a little seasoning on us? Let's say we can just little
We're seasoned.
seasoning.
A little spicy.
That it's just much more comfortable to. It's like I know where the pajamas are.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
I
make
don't
some
mind
tea.
it at all.
I
We don't need rescuing. That's another thing
No,
that my
not at
other
all.
pal in New York would always say. It was very hard to find men that they were very turned off by the fact that you didn't need rescuing, you didn't need help. You were also financially secure and emotionally
Mhm.
secure and can go do what you need and what you
Don't
want.
need them.
yeah.
You know, apparently in the Scandinavian countries, it's sort of like a men on the side thing. Women, I think they're
Oh.
living together in pairs or not, and
Little pods.
it's not in like little pods. Yeah, like schools of fish, or they
like the dolphins.
but they're really kind of communing with each other, and then they'll just go and have fifths of
Afternoon
intercourse
tonight.
with someone, and then it's like thank you, bye bye.
Yeah.
I'll call you when I need you,
Yeah.
Sven or Ingemar.
I think I've said that too with besties. Like, let's just have a great big lovely house and keep the men in the basement.
Keep them in the basement. Not free to roam, but we'll make like a nice
Maybe.
man cave.
I don't know.
Maybe or not.
Maybe.
So speaking of cougars, we are now going to bring in one of my personal gurus, one of my personal, very, very, very dear friend, Eric Davis. You've met him. You've met
Oh, yeah.
Eric. We love Eric. We love Eric so much. He founded Awesome Ocean. He's the list. His list of accomplishments, his list of causes that he has served so well could run out the door. So where is he? Eric, are you here? Are you there? Where are you, Eric?
He's in
I am here now.
Hi,
So,
honey.
hey,
Hey. So
I
now
will say, Carolyn, I also want you guys to find love. But I also understand that we wanted the instant relationship though too. So I totally get that.
I know, but you have found love.
Yes.
And is he here yet?
No, we are literally waiting for the National Visa Center right now to schedule an appointment. We're at the very last step of our marriage visa right now.
Honey, I think you might want to check your microphone. There's a little, someone's tap dancing. Fred Astaire is tap dancing over your microphone.
All right, let's see here.
only when you talk.
2 seconds. Here, you ladies talk some more. I'll come back in a minute.
Okay. All right. So what we are going to talk about with Eric is conservation in general, because he and I, for the last 15 years, Tracy's now getting into it more and more. Come join the ranks. We're animal advocates, conservation fiends. We're just conservation nuts. Conserving and preserving species, because let's bring down the room. We lose about roughly 150 species off this planet per day. They're gone. They're extinct per day. 150 species. Now we're talking sometimes, most of the time, about little microbes. We're talking about
But they're still part
almost
of the planet.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're still living. They're still viable. a few years ago, we lost the West African or Southern African white rhinoceros, West or Southern African white
Gone?
gone.
Oh,
However, and this is one of the things that Eric and I and we all will talk about, is that advocates versus activists. Activists, no zoos, animals back in the wild, hand in hand, walking down Main Street with the elephants. Modern zoos and aquariums gone. Advocates understand the necessity for modern zoos and aquariums, that they are the last arcs of preservation, that if you want to put an animal out in the wilderness, you might as well hang a sign around its neck saying, kill me, especially
shoot me or eat me.
shoot me, eat me, trade my ivory.
Right.
Trade my long fingernails. My long, because that's basically all tusks are. They're just calcium. It's just, other things. So we're going to talk about, again, what are the specific areas of conservation that are happening in the world at the moment. And Eric is a font of knowledge.
Carolyn, I'm gonna have to join you on episode 2 because I'll have to figure out this audio issue.
Figure out that audio issue, baby. Okay,
But keep talking.
We will see you in maybe a week and a half, couple of
We
weeks.
just gave you a big tease, so everybody will want to join us for episode 2 so they can talk to you as well.
I think he's gone.
He's
I
gone.
think he's actually left.
He left already.
He just left. It's like literally most of the men in my
Oh.
Where'd you go? Yeah, it's gonna be when he can finally get this microphone issue fixed. It's going to be I think very enlightening for everybody. And also one of the things that I really want to do through this podcast with this forum is to give people small things you can do every day that may or may not impact animals directly, but will impact the planet that we have so utterly soiled, that we have so utterly destroyed and polluted, because the animals don't need us, but we need them, and we have fucked up this planet. I mean, utterly. So if we can give you some small little tips that are permanent, that you don't have to think about, that you can just install, like for instance, I'll start with this one. You can have your own low flow toilet. If you've got a high volume toilet, you can have a low flow toilet. Simple as this. You take a bag, you fill it with rocks. It's like a clean, like a vegetable or fruit bag, that's vented all around. You fill it with rocks and you put it in your toilet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that takes you put it in your tank. No, stick it in your toilet. No, you put it.
I'm just being
put it in the bowl. I'm glad you did. Put it in your tank. I would kind of thought that would have been obvious, but you know what? No. I think you're absolutely right. But I only have, I think, smart people. You're gonna put it in your tank. Therefore, that takes up the volume that takes up is no longer taken up by water.
That's interesting.
So put that in, and so you have your own ready-made. You don't need to go buy one. Low flow toilet.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That's very
It's
cool.
very cool. Yeah. Oh, I know. We've got crows and parrots and
cranes.
and apparently a giant heron.
An heron.
A heron or an egret that alights, because I have a pond out in the back where, sitting in my garden is accessible. There's a pond with fish in it. Maybe it doesn't have fish in it anymore because of this giant heron. So there you go. Thoughts as we wrap up? We were going to talk to Eric, but now I've given everyone their
I was just
thing
about
for
to
the day.
say that I've always been into the animal advocacy as well, and in whatever small way contributed to mostly dogs. I had a business that dealt with dogs and tried to get rid of the non-recyclable bags, so we sold the food differently. We had a non-sugar 100% natural bakery on the premises, all kinds of stuff. And then I was educated mostly about that, so I would try to do little tips wherever I could. Love all animals, learned whatever I could. But now it's been great that we've become friends, because yes, I feel like I'm exposed to a lot more. So it's just another set of hands, and it's another person that can go out, because as she mentioned, I teach at a girls' school, I teach at a high school. So I can impart that knowledge in there and bring that onto the campus and bring that in. I do. So so that's been great.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've always had a fingertip in it, and now it's really fun because you have a bigger voice.
You're sort of
So
waist deep.
I can stand behind you and help. Feels great. What? Push you.
You can help. You do far more than help. We're going to get you involved too.
Yes.
We're
I
also
love
going
that.
to. I'm going to try to open every segment of Life, Love, and Conservation with the latest and greatest from the trapeze. We're going to start some video.
Oh,
Uh, Yes.
it's okay.
Because for seasoned gals, it's the trapeze, the flying trapeze, and the hanging aerial arts. It's not a young woman's game. It's not a young person's game. We are living proof, and we're good. So we're gonna start off with some video. We're gonna do that. She's really good. She's really good. No, she's really
I'm
good.
not. I'm a beginner.
What is wrong with you today? You are not a beginner.
Compared to you two, I am.
You not at all.
Well,
Anyway,
we'll leave it to you.
all right. So we will see you again. Week and a half, 2 weeks. We're gonna get on
Is
a
that it?
schedule. Yes, I think that's it.
Let's walk forever.
We could talk forever. Next time we'll bring in the dogs and cats and
Poor
and
Arbuckle is sitting at the
I
door.
know, my little man. So we hope you have enjoyed this episode of Life, Love, and Conservation. I am your Life, Love, and Conservation host, Carolyn Hennesy, with my co-host, Tracy Powell, our special guest. And you know what? She may return. Maybe a lot.
Oh, probably.
We'll see. Yeah. Ruth Wilhoite, trapeze instructor extraordinaire. How often can you say you're sitting next to one of those? So have a wonderful, wonderful intervening time before I see you again.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Put
thank
rocks
you.
in your toilet tank.
Rocks in the toilet.
Oh yeah, and then next time I have another.
What?
I have another piece of advice
Another,
next
we
time.
have to dole it out.
Yeah.
You can't give it to them all at
No,
once.
that's what I'm saying. We'll do another
Yeah,
piece next
we
week.
have to
I
tease them.
have a good thought.
Tease them.
Bye.
Bye.